Hi everyone. I hope everybody's doing good today. Our video today is going to be a challenge or a drawing of doing doodles. Some of you have seen doodles before, some of you have actually created doodles, and I just wanted to show you some things and then you can create your own doodle. The one we're going to do today could possibly be posted to support our healthcare workers, or maybe you could send it digitally to a grandparent, or you can even mail it to a nursing home to brighten somebody's day. A doodle, if you look, is overlapping and using a lot of overlapping to create just little doodle characters, anything that comes to your mind. I've put together this little packet which has tons of doodle ideas of creatures, uh, puppies, cats. Here are some that just have just some of the characters. You can do any kind of doodle that you want. This is something you can do each day and do a different theme. You could even put in like some block lettering and fill them in with doodles. You could also do a word in the middle and then doodle around it with all kinds of fun characters. This packet is on the Symbaloo, so if you want to download it or even print it out, you could do that to have to look at for reference for different ideas. But you can see all the cute little doodle characters all around. Our drawing today, we are going to start, and I'm just going to show you there's two different ways you can look at doing your doodle. One is if you take an extra piece of paper, if you would like, we're going to do a heart and a bunch of hearts for the doodles so that we could send out and support people that are struggling right now. You've seen a lot of people do hearts on their windows and to show their support for the healthcare workers and for grandparents that you can't see right now and people like that. One way you can do is just draw it freehand, or if you feel more comfortable, you could take a piece of paper or a little, it probably works better if you have kind of a tag board or a little cardboard type, a little harder paper. If you draw yourself a little heart, maybe 1, 2, 3 inches, and then you go ahead and cut that heart out. Once you get it cut out, you can use that as a stencil to make your characters. But we're going to go ahead and start by drawing on here, and you don't have to draw this to start, but I'm going to, with my pencil, sketch a very, very light, big heart shape. And don't worry if it's not perfect. That's okay. All right. We're going to do a nice big heart. Now, I'm going to go ahead so that you can see it better. I'm going to go ahead and outline it now with my thick Sharpie. And one thing that's really cool about doing doodles, and that you're going to see a lot of people, or the examples that you look, is they use thin and thick lines. And so if you have a thin black pen and a thick black pen, or a thin marker, thick marker, that will work just great. But you can do it a couple ways. You can go in and say, okay, I'm just going to go in and I'm going to start somewhere and I'm going to draw a nice heart shape, because we want to be able to put some fun faces into our doodle. But I'm going to do a heart. Then I can go ahead and just start somewhere and draw another heart that's overlapping or behind it a little bit. Then I can, this is where it gets a little bit trickier because you got to think about where it's going. And again, it's okay if your heart's not a perfect heart. You can see what I'm doing there. I could also use the heart stencil, and if I lay it down, you can do this with a pencil first, but then I can just kind of go around it. It just gives me a little bit, but obviously when I hit one, I want to stop. And I can go back, I can go here, Now this one's a little trickier because when I hit it, I want to jump over, and I can do this. But like I said, some people just like to do it on their own. And maybe you don't want to do just heart shapes. You can do other shapes too. Maybe I want to do a little character like this that's just kind of a rounded shape. You can do any shapes that you want. Once you've created that, then I want you just to use your imagination and come up with some really cute eyes and mouths. One of the easiest ones is to just go ahead and do a circle with the highlight in it. If you color that in, you can make your eyes different colors, anything like that. So I'm going to do just a little cute little mouth there. There's my first heart. And I can create all kinds of faces. One of the things you want to look at is in between where there's extra gaps, you could either take your pen and just do some nice hatching lines, or you could take your thicker pen and do that. And I was just talking about a minute ago that they use thick and thin. A lot of times when they're doing doodles like that, they will draw it with a thin, and then the outside of your character would be thick, and then the details inside would be thin. It just gives it a little difference, and it really makes for your doodle to be very creative, very different. And again, I'm just making up eyes. Maybe I want to do this. Maybe there's a little tongue sticking out. That's a cute one. Same with if you do other shapes, or you decide to do a doodle with puppies or kitties or anything like that. I can draw that shape, and then, you know what? Maybe I will. I think I'll make this have a little cute little ears up here, and then I'm going to draw a little dog face in here. You can make it very, very simple with your faces. And then maybe I'll do this to add to it, and add a little tongue. There's my cute little puppy one. And you just create your doodle, and you can fill in your whole shape, or you can fill in your background. You could just fill the whole page in, and then you have a lot of area to color. Remember, if you want to add a word to it, maybe like you want to say thank you, or you want to say love, or courage, or something like that. Remember how we can block letter by, let's say we just want to do love. If you very lightly print in with nice capital letters, and then you take your pencil, and like driving a car, you drive all the way around it. And remember, if you have an inside of a letter, you want to do that. We are going to do a block letter project next week, and so I'm just showing you if you want to add to your thing. Then we take our eraser and we erase my printed line, and we have beautiful block letters, and you can make those as fancy as you want. And then after that, I can outline with thick if I want, or maybe now I'm going to fill in with my hearts and create. I'm just going to do a little cute one, maybe with some little cheeks there. Maybe add some little eyelashes there. And I would just create and keep going with my doodles. Here's one that I was working on. I'm not quite finished, but you can see how overlapping them all, I'm working on putting some fun faces. Some of these faces I found on the packet, but again, you don't have to. You can use your imagination, your creative mind. You can also Google doodles and find thousands of them on the internet to give you inspiration and ideas. But I want this to be yours. I want you to come up with one. And when I'm done with this and I put color in, I don't have to color every heart red. I could be very colorful. I'm going to send this off actually to my grandma, who haven't been able to see lately. So I think she'll really appreciate that. Have fun today with the doodle challenge, and I hope to see some of your doodles and send them off to me. I might even post them on my Facebook or send them out too. But have a great day. I hope you have fun drawing this doodle challenge. And remember, art is essential.